Hello everybody, welcome to your biology channel Dhananjay Bioguru. Today we will discuss a very important topic in the chapter uh, reproduction, sexual reproduction in the flowering plant. So today we will discuss in 10 minutes the power concept of the structure and development of microsporangium. So we will discuss microsporangium in 10 minutes. What the power concept we will get here. Microsporangium is found in the anther. What is anther? First we look. The male reproductive structure is stamens. Stamens. You just make a diagram. Bilobed. Stamens is bilobed like this one. You draw the structure like this one. This is the stamen. Male reproductive structure. This portion is called anther. This is filament and this is base attached with the thalamus of petals. So you can see this whole structure is known as male reproductive organs, primary male reproductive system in the hair plant, and this is known as stamen. So you always remember stamen has three parts. This is known as proximal part that remain attached with the flower base of the petal, and the distal part of stamen. This is proximal region. This is the proximal. Always remember, this is proximal part. This part of stamen is distal part, and this is the filament. Always remember. So the part of stamens that attach with the flower means origin point is known as base, and this is the proximal end of the stamen, and this the part that is away from the base of flower, away from the base, is known as distal part. So distal part is composed of anther, basal part, and this the slender fine structure known as filament. So you can divide a fully matured stamens of an angiosperm into three parts: the proximal part, basal part. This is the basal part, and the distal part is known as anther, where pollen grains will develop. Here pollen grains will develop. You remember, pollen grain will develop, and now basal part of stamen. Between the basal part and the distal part, the whole length of the stamen is known as filament. So in this way. Now, what is a typical angiospermic anther? You remember, if you look the section of this, the typical angiospermic anther has two lobes. This is one lobe, and now this is a two lobe. Typical. Around 60% or more than 60% angiospermic anthers are bilobed. Remember, bilobed. They have two lobes. If you look the section from front end, there are two lobes separately. If you can elaborate it more simple way, suppose that like this one, this and this, and here somewhere on the basal part end of the dorsal end or ventral end of the these two section of anther has filament comes out. Right? This is one. So you have two lobes. There are lobe 1 and lobe 2. Why? The typical angiospermic anther is known as bilobed. Already remember. And now this bilobe has, every lobe has two theca. Theca means if you cut the section of any anther, what you will see here? There too, cut the section. These are two lobes and every lobe has two theca. You can look. This is a 1, 2, 3, 4. So every lobe of the anther has two theca. So the typical angiospermic anther is known as bilobed dithecus. So the two terms you remember. All the typical angiospermic, around 60 or more than 60%, angiospermic, anther, this anther, the distal part of the stamens that compose the pollen grains, known as anther. So this is the bilobed dithecus, because there are two separate lobes that make together the complete anther, and each lobe has two groups. You can see each lobe has two groups, and these groups are known as theca. So why we call it theca? Inside the theca, you can see there are two compartments in each theca, and in the compartment what is occur? The development of pollen grains, microspore, male gamete will develop, or pollen grains will develop. So this cavity, this chamber is called microsporangium. This is the microchamber. So how many microsporangiums found in a mature angiospermic anther? 4 microsporangium, 2 each in 2 lobes of the anther. And you can say in another word, every theca has 1 microsporangium. So the anther is bilobed, mean there are 2 lobes. Each lobe has how many theca? 2 theca. So a mature embryo has total 4 theca, and each theca possesses one chamber where the microsporogenesis take place, and ultimately what develop? Microspore develop, pollen grains develop. And these microsporangium, these each chamber of the theca have sporogenous tissue. So microsporangium have microsporogenous cells, germ cells, or MMC, microspore mother cell. So every microsporangium, that is total 4 microsporangiums, are consist of a microspore mother cell, and these microspore mother cell later divide, mitotically divide, meiotically divide, and differentiated into the pollen grains. So let we quickly look into the structure of the microsporangium. If we look the structure of microsporangium, we can make another diagram here. So each, I'm just focusing the one microsporangium. So this is the outer layer of microsporangium. We can draw a single layer of cell, the single epidermal cell. This layer is known as epidermis. So our outer layer is epidermal cell. A single layer of epidermal cell cover the outer wall of the microsporangium, and beneath the epidermal cell there is a single layer of endothecium cell, known as endothecium cell. You do remember the outer covering of microsporangium is a single layer of epidermal cell, and these cells are the parenchymal in nature. They are parenchymal cell. So you remember. And just below the epidermal cell layer, a single layer of endothecous cell form the structure of the microsporangium. And these endothecous cells are very important. They involve in the dehiscence, bursting of the microsporangium. Yeah, you can say the bursting of the anther. And once the the endothecium burst, rupture, this pollen sac also rupture and pollen grains release outside for the pollination. So that's, and below the middle endothecus, two three layers of you can draw 2 to 3 layers of, you can also draw it for your practice. Practice is very necessary in the biology if you are drawing any structure. These 2-3 layers are known as middle layers. Middle layer. They provide additional protection and vascular structure, all kinds of nutrients circulate in the each lobes of the pollen anther. So here this middle layer provide additional protection as well as circulation of nutrient and absolute what the nutrients circulated from the vascular system of the stamens that will follow through the middle layer. So middle layer is very important in the vascular system. They are vascularized, means transport the minerals and nutrients in the pollen sacs. This pollen sac means the microspore. The mature microsporangium is also known as pollen sac. So you remember, pollen sac is the mature microsporangium. And below the middle layer, there are 2-3 layers of tapetum cell found. 2-3 layers. You can make 2-3 layers of tapetum cell found. So these are the way you remember the different types of tissues and cells found in the microsporangium. So tapetum cell, they provide nourishment to the developing microspores. And below the tapetum, sporogenous cells are found, or microsporogenous cells are found, and they are filled with the microsporogenous cell. And these microsporogenous cell later microsporogenous cell transform into pollen grains. And now they divide mitotically first and then meiotically. So in one complete reduction division, 4 cells formed and they remain attached together. So this is known as pollen grain, tetrad of microspore. So the each microsporogenous cell will develop into 4 cells, and these 4 cells remain attached together through a cellulose and pectin plug remain together. So these 4 pollen grains that remain together are together known as pollen tetrad or microspore tetrad, and when they mature they detach from each other. So later we will also study the structure and development of maturation of the pollen grain. So that's all about the male reproductive structure in typical angiosperms, and that's all about the conceptual area. So these are the important points you must remember when you are attempting your answer in the board examination, and even if the question asked in your NEET examination. So remember the order of the tissues in the structural formation of the microsporangium. This is each chamber inside the theca. So thecal chamber is known as microsporangium, and these microsporangium when mature and filled with the pollen grains became known as pollen sac. So how many pollen sacs are there? There are 2 lobes, and each lobe has 2 theca, total 4 theca. 4 theca have 4 microsporangium. So number of microsporangium is equivalent to number of pollen sac in the given and third. So that's all about the structural and functional organization of the microsporangium. So okay, thank you very much, and we will very soon meet again, and I will explain you the development and maturation of the typical angiospermic pollen grains. Okay, stay tuned and you watch the video, subscribe it, and don't forget to press the bell button. And if you like this video, please like it also. Thank you very much.